cooking with God, and we'll flambe all your cares away. Cooking with God, if you're cooking with God. And while the eggs are frying, you might forget you're dying. If you're cooking with God, cooking with God.
So, will you sign the petition?
Do you like soup?
What?
Do you like soup?
Sure.
Do you want to come over for soup sometime?
Will you sign the petition?
I haven't had a chance to look over the information yet.
They're tearing the building down. What more information do you need?
Why don't you come over for soup and tomorrow, and I'll sign the petition.
Make your bed, you're a good boy, and a good boy makes his bed. Throw away those pea jars, never speak of them again. You could be a fit boy, now come on, don't up and quit, boy. Nothing like a hefty sweat to curb your fear of death. Now giddy up, that's right, giddy up. You are not a loser anymore. The girls go crazy for a guy who isn't lazy. You wanna be a muscle boy? Well, come on, let's hustle, boy.
The prospect of spending an evening with his neighbor had invigorated him, and he knew that his famous soup would be the way to her heart. All he needed were the right ingredients.
Hey followers, welcome back to Cooking with Carter. Today I'm going to be making for you my chicken noodle soup. And I gotta confess, if I'm going to make this for you right, it might take longer than a day. It might take up to 48 hours. But don't worry, we'll make the video shorter than that. Because this can take quite a while, we're going to make this a two-part episode. And joining me for the second part is going to be a very, very special guest. And we're both excited to make you some feel-good food that you can feel free to fill up on. Cooking with Carter. Just wanted to let you in on the secret to my super broth. For the herbs, we've got rosemary, sage, and thyme. Sorry, parsley. I've also got some cloves of garlic mixed in there. You can get it fresh from your local garlic boy. Celery is also key. You can sometimes find it hanging from a tree. Or you can buy it in your local grocery store. Remember, if you see a woman sitting on the swings in the park and her coat looks like a carrot, she's probably selling carrots. Chicken bones. I actually can't remember where I got these. Important as ever, onions. You can find them in the ground. Hey followers, now here's the tricky part. Just kidding. All we're gonna do is throw those ingredients in a big old pot, cover it with water, bring it to a boil, and then let it simmer overnight. So, I'm gonna throw in the celery first. And don't worry, you can use all kinds of odds and ends. These little parts really bring out the celery flavor. And don't worry, we're straining them out anyway. Then, I'm going to throw in the carrots. And then, it's time for a big old bird. A few onions, and that's all you need. Then, you just cover this with water. Just get it totally covered with water. And once that's covered with water, we're going to bring it to a boil. Okay, now it's time to add our herbs and garlic. We're going to mix that in there, and then it's time for the soul of flavor. Remember, always use about twice as much salt as you think you should. And once that's coming to a boil, it's time to turn it down, cover it up, and let it simmer. It usually needs to simmer for about 3 to 4 hours, so it's perfect to put it on before bed, and then after a long night's rest, it'll be ready.
When all the day's tasks ended, there was nothing to occupy Carter's mind other than the lingering thoughts of death.
Hello? Who is this? Why are you breathing like that?
Then it hit him, right in the middle of the night. Emerald Lagasse had Bam, Guy Fieri had his hair, and Bobby Flay had his sexy vernacular. He needed a gimmick.
Okay, let's go.